Holy macro, yeah. This is a good one right here. Check this out. So here we go. It's a video of Seattle police officers are caught battering a man with batons at a bus stop. Yeah. Seattle cops caught on video beating a man at a bus stop. This is along Rainier Avenue. This is near the Safeway and Ross parking lot. I think this is, I know it's on Rainier Avenue. I don't know exactly. I think it's probably close to the Rent area by Grady Road, in that area. It's about 6 blocks away from the Rent Trans there, but no, it is the Seattle area. But check this out. This is crazy, crazy, crazy.
Cops caught on video beating a man at a bus stop. Here we go again, folks.
Here we go.
Millions watching.
You know what? I'm going to tell you one thing, too. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me a little bit like Rodney King back in 91. This also reminds me of a video that was a guy on a D.C. bus in Washington, D.C. And he got kicked off the bus because he had headphones. It was too loud. Too loud. There are times I have my headphones on, crank the music up, and usually headphones you can't really hear. But I almost got kicked off the bus one time because some dumbass bitch about my headphones were too loud. I was just lamming out. I was like, your headphones like crazy. And so he got dragged to the bus, and he started beating the crap out of him. Kind of like this right here. Check it out.
Watch this.
Whoa, what the? Oh my God. Oh my God. Damn.
Wow.
All right, so there you saw it. Pretty horrific. 30-second video recorded by D'Anthony.
This also reminds me. There was a video that surfaced about 4 or 5 years ago. There was I don't know what it was. There was a guy that came out of the Beacon Hill light rail station. It was, and he was on the surface street, and cops started coming around and swarming him, started tackling him to the ground, beating him ground, started yelling, "Get on your stomach! You're under arrest! Stop resisting! Stop resisting!" And the guy said, "What'd I do? For what? What'd I do?"
Marcel shows 2 Seattle police officers beating a man with their batons. That man was on the ground is seen being pulled and yelled at by the officers. One point, each officer kneels on the man's back, near his neck. As they handcuff him in the video, the man can be heard screaming, "Police brutality." Begging for help, he is. Again, this is Seattle. Marcel.
Yep. And we all know Seattle PD is making the news, and not for good reasons why. Chief Diaz and temporary chief, he had 5 fellow women police officers are suing for sexual harassment. We know about the Genova Condula case. And we know about the other incidents about how Seattle PD is getting a bad rap the last, I say, a couple years.
Was on a bus running errands when he noticed the commotion, began recording the...
Oh, let's not forget about, remember the incident, a guy was holding his phone and see how they were pointing guns at him. I think the guy was having a mental crisis episode, and the guy was holding a phone. He had no gun, and they're threatened to unalive him. So, like I said, the major police departments are getting pretty bad. I mean, it's like I said, I don't even trust Seattle PD no more. Heck no.
The incident when he realized something wasn't right. Quote, "It was triggering and it did not seem right," Marcel said to Fox 13 Seattle. He wanted people to see what was happening and to get answers. Fox 13 Seattle's AJ Genevieve spoke to Marcel over the phone about the incident.
Yeah, she's
Marcel explained that he started recording in the middle of the fight, noting that traffic had stopped and first responders were already on the scene when he began filming. Now, the video sparked discussions and, of course, concerns about police conduct and the appropriate use of force. The Office of Police Accountability confirming to Fox 13 Seattle that its office had received a complaint and a preliminary investigation began on June 3rd. Once the background information has been gathered, the OPA director will review the file and the case will be classified. During classification, the director determines whether the alleged misconduct should be addressed by the employee's supervisor or whether an investigation will be conducted. This process takes up to 30 days. Tell you more about the investigation. It comes at a turbulent time for the police department. Last week, Mayor Bruce Harrell announced that interim police chief Sue Rahr, on the left there, would replace Adrian Diaz on the right. At least 6 officers have sued Diaz, accusing him of discriminating against women and people of color. The interim police chief provided the following statement. I have reviewed the video that began circulating on social media over the weekend and completely understand the community's concern. While OPA is conducting a full comprehensive investigation as required by our accountability process, my staff is gathering information, including all available videos for my review, so I have a more complete picture of the entire incident. That's the interim police chief, Sue Rahr. Police department did not immediately respond, but as we said, they are reportedly working on it. The inquiry was about whether the officers had been placed on administrative leave while the investigation is being conducted. The department also did not respond to a request for comment about the man's identity and condition and whether he was arrested or charged with a crime. Seattle Police Officers Guild, the police union, also did not immediately reply to a request for comment. That from NBC News. So we all saw the video, Ben. What struck me, though, in the statement from OPA, the Police Accountability Unit, was that one person, the director, will decide if this is a disciplinary action. They'll really decide everything. Isn't that part of the problem when we're talking about transparency, the public, what you saw? And again, Marcel says, I wasn't there from the beginning, but this was disturbing enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, obviously without the context of the full thing, we don't know the full story, but it's certainly worthy of an investigation. I've never been trained as a police officer, but I'm pretty sure the training is not beat on people when they are not coming at you or swinging at you. It's just beat them, keep beating them. I mean, in what planet is this the kind of behavior that makes any sense when somebody is defenseless? I understand you need to protect yourself. I understand it's a dangerous job. You got like 9 weapons on your utility belt there. Maybe when somebody is subdued, you're okay. Maybe when you got 2 guys, you can just hold someone down, turn them on their back, and handcuff them if you need to. You don't need to beat them. You don't need to swing at them repeatedly with batons. You don't need to put your neck, your back, your knee on their neck. You don't have to do any of those things. And an investigation
don't
should
need
be
to
had.
do a George
Hopefully,
Floyd.
That will happen. Hopefully there will be accountability, but judging the track record in instances like this, it doesn't often happen. We're often let down in these circumstances. So we'll see. We're not asking for anybody to be fired. We're not asking for anything to be said. We're just asking for it to...
No, I was just thinking, those cops, I'd say they shouldn't be fired. No, they should be, they should be suspended. They should be reprimanded. And it's about accountability and transparency and police department, police officers, and government officials. This is why First Amendment cop watching and amendment, and nowadays you got people doing FOIA requests, for forms and body cam footages and whatnot. It's like why First Amendment is so important, like freedom of speech, press, religion, freedom of assembly, to show, protest, and free to petition your government, show your grievances, what needs to be changed.
To be looked into officially. So hopefully that can happen.
Yeah, officially. And it just seems to me that if you are charged with always investigating yourself, and to me, that's...
Yeah, and you know what happens 99.9% of the times when they say, oh, we are doing an internal investigation of our own police department. And guess what? Usually it comes about a month or 2 later. Oh, after our concluding, we found that our police officers did no wrongdoing and all their actions was justifiable. Yep, that's what they do.
They call them boards. There's not a lot of, civilian oversight a lot of times. And I just think that no matter the conclusion, which oftentimes is the police did nothing wrong. They
Yep,
followed
yep,
the scene,
bingo.
did nothing to see here. There just needs to be more accountability.
More
I wonder what you
transparency.
make of the interim chief. Okay, so you have the chief that was pushed aside, we'll call it, accused of discriminating against women, minorities. And I think oftentimes that they just replace in these circumstances with someone who fits the bill. You know, here we have a woman, and she could be very good. I like what she said when she indicated that she wanted more of the videos.
Yeah.
But what do you make of her efforts? Window dressing or more?
I like that in a way, you know, where maybe, and there are some people, their police departments, that encourage people to film them on their official duties. Like, it's okay to film them, or, you know, doing a call cop watch as well.
You know, like I said, I think it's the early stages. I hope that they come through. I hope that she comes through in this instance and proves that she is worthy of this position. You know, oftentimes for interim appointments, they put people in who they don't think are qualified for the job long term, which is why it's interim. It's why they don't replace somebody full time. It's why usually the interim person doesn't get the job long term when they find someone they do deem appropriate. So we'll see. There's no real way to know at this moment. It's early, but she's, like you said, she's asking for more information. That's a good start.
Yeah, she is. I like here that Marcel, who wasn't part of the incident, started reporting right away. But I do think that with some of the laws that have been passed, mostly in Florida, but other places too, telling people that, you know, recording's a crime or don't get too close.
Good point she just hit. Good point. Yeah. And she makes a good point, like, you know, some areas that I mean, in Oklahoma, they're trying to pass a bill where in the state you need to get a license to take pictures and film in public like that. I mean, we got what? We got Indiana tell you can't film police within 25 feet, and Louisiana just recently passed a law where it's going to affect on August 1st that you can't stand within 25 feet of a police officer while they're on duty like that. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you get other places, they're trying to mandate outlaw cop watching, filming the police are on duty, or government officials, or taking pictures or recording when you're public setting, like a sidewalk, a street, or like a park, or a parking lot.
Do you think that more people will be deterred, or more perhaps will come forward and share what they also recorded?
You know, it's hard to know how many more crimes there were pre-cell phone, because we didn't have the cell phones. We don't know.
We had the big bulky
it certainly
video camera,
doesn't seem to be
camcorder.
working as a blanket deterrent. That's for sure. People seem to, you know, a little later in the show, we're going to have a Karen video where we actually have a couple videos where there's people who are being filmed and they say, keep filming me, keep filming me. They don't seem to process that this film doesn't just go home as a home movie.
Right.
It's released to the public. You could lose your job. I think we have 3 stories about that. So we'll see how it unfolds, but clearly it's not stopping crime in its tracks.
No, it's not. And you're right. It does seem that people are more and more brazen. You know, there's the kind of videos you pull out at Christmas time. Remember when so-and-so was drunk and fell off the curb, and oh, ha, ha. It's just so cute, right? This is a family time, and you're poking fun at each other, you know, just giving each other the business. And then there's the videos that get you fired and ostracized, depending on what community you live in, okay? Because some people are more tolerant of these things, depending on who the quote-unquote reported victim is.
Anyways, you know what? Today is Tuesday, Liz. You know what that means? It's happy 4th of Cops Day, 2 times a day, baby. Air Brand style. All right, I'm out of here. My job. Peace out.